guess they were missing everything
Right.
Friday.
Especially second half.
Is that right?
They couldn't buy a basket second half.
On behalf of the Board of 800 member schools and Illinois High School Association, welcome to tonight's basketball game between the Mount Vernon Rams and the Salem Wildcats. It is just one of the state.
And a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to B.E. Gum Gymnasium here on the campus of Salem Community High School for tonight's Class 3A boys semifinal matchup between the Mount Vernon Rams and the Salem Wildcats. Ought to be a lot of fun. You are watching Salem Community High School basketball at the IHSA Regional here on Wabash Catch TV. My name is Bruce Dickey, and a special treat tonight, joined by Randy Olson. How you doing, Randy?
Great, Bruce. Great to be with you. Thanks so much for inviting me to be a part of the broadcast. This ought to be a lot of fun tonight, and, you know, it's going to be a good matchup. Could go either way.
Randy is our resident Mount Vernon expert. I've only seen him play like 3 times, and 3 or 4 times. And Randy, you've probably seen a lot more of the Rams than most people around, haven't you?
I have. I'm the PA announcer for the Rams. Of course, I used to do play-by-play for the Rams for about 9 or 10 years, but for the last 9 or 10 years, I've been doing the PA announcing at the gym for all the home games at Shagdown Gym. So, yeah, I see Mount Vernon play a lot. And, you know, these two teams have met twice this year, and as you well know, Salem beat them by 1 point the first time and 9 points the second time. And you've heard the old saying, it's tough to beat a good team, a tight team 3 times in a row. But I'll tell you what, this Salem Wildcat bunch has been on a roll this year, and I think you could make the argument that Andy Fehrenbacher could be a candidate for Coach of the Year in Southern Illinois. What he's done with this basketball team.
I would agree with you right there, Andy. That's for sure. It's a team. It's the Salem Wildcats are full of seniors, and they play. You mentioned a tight style of basketball. They've been playing together for years and years and years. And for the Mount Vernon Rams tonight, it's a little bit different. They're coming in a little banged up, aren't they?
They really are. They're going to be missing Jackson Creel, the point guard. He's the coach's son. He is out with the concussion protocol. He missed the game against Triad the other night, and boy, did they really miss him. They struggled against the Triad Knights, but finally eked out the win. The game was tied 24-24 before the Rams went on an 18-6 run to finally put it away, but they really missed his presence on the floor. They're also playing without Amir Spann, and the Rams had Amir Spann the first 2 times they played Salem,
right.
But they will not have Spann tonight. He is out with a torn ACL and meniscus. He just got the results back from the MRI.
I heard that he's been knocked out of football next year too, or something
that's tough.
like that.
That's tough. It's going to take a long time to recover from both meniscus and an ACL, so they're going to miss him.
Did that happen during game, or was that in effect?
It happened originally at the Carbondale game down at Carbondale, and they didn't think it was that bad. Thought it was maybe a strain or something, and so he came back and played a couple nights later at Centralia. Probably shouldn't have done that. Played only a couple of minutes and came up lame and hit the floor, and hasn't played since.
Boy, that's tough. The Rams come in with a pretty solid record of 18-9. They finished 5-7 in the South 7 Conference, and they do come in on a 4-game winning streak, Randy.
They do. They finished up the year winning the co-championship of the South 7 Conference. They had to beat Belleville-Altoff, and they had to beat Cahokia twice, and they did that. They won all 3 games in a row at the end of the season to tie with Belleville-Altoff for the conference championship. They actually were 7-3 in the South 7 this year, and that's big because of all the good teams that Doug Creel has had over the last 20 years, this is the first time that the Rams have actually won or shared the conference championship in the South
serious?
7 in 20 years.
Wow.
Not since the Kent Williams days of 1999.
I was trying to think of the players that you'd have to go back to.
Well, and you know, they've had teams go to the Super Sectional a couple times, like the 01 team and the 05 team, but those teams did not win a conference championship.
How about that? The Mount Vernon Rams and the Salem Wildcats getting set to go. Salem comes in here on a bit of a roll as well. They come in, they've won 3 out of their last 5 games with losses to Olney and Breeze Central, but last Friday night they beat Benton, swamped Benton 60-46, Randy, and it was a case where Jacob Hardis just really got hot from outside. They started out the game ahead 12 12-0. The closest Benton could get was within 7 points, and it was cruise control from that point on.
You know what I like about
Benton's a good team.
Benton's a great team. Yeah, they had a great year. But what I like about the Salem Wildcats, I consider them to be a bunch of guys that are just blue-collar players that just like to roll up their sleeves and go to work. And they're very coachable kids, too. And they just have bought in with what Coach Andy Fehrenbacher has done this year. You know, this was supposed to be a rebuilding year for Salem after all those guys that graduated last year, and he made it to the regional championship last year and darn near beat Centralia. And here they are on the verge of getting to another regional championship and have that record of, what'd you say, 18-12.
Yeah, they're having an outstanding season. Need to win tonight and want to win. Of course, I was talking to Coach Fehrenbacher before the season. I said, what are your goals? What are your goals? Well, we always like to get 20 wins.
Yeah.
So that is one of the things on the wall for the Wildcats tonight. You got to win tonight, got to win Friday to get to that goal.
Still got a chance.
Still got a shot. It'll be the Wildcats versus the Rams tonight. Hey, and we want to thank our extra sponsors tonight, our postseason sponsors, Carter Tractor and Turf down in Fairfield. I got that backwards, didn't I? It's Turf or Tractor, isn't it?
Yeah, but it'll work either way.
It'll work either way. And Monken over in Mount Vernon, we do appreciate those folks all joining in tonight, along with our other sponsors. And let's hear from a few of those folks right now. We'll be right back on Wabash Cats TV.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
Are you going out of town for a vacation or a weekend getaway? What are you going to do with your dog? That's easy. There's Jaggers Doggy Daycare in Mount Vernon. Jaggers Doggy Daycare is your one-stop shop for overnight dog boarding, doggy daycare, as well as dog grooming and obedience dog training. It's your dog's home away from home, and they will thrive, and they'll get one-on-one attention by a great staff. More information is available on the web at jaggersdoggydaycare.com. Jaggers Doggy Daycare, 414 Main Street in Mount Vernon.
I'm Wes Munkin,
And I'm Michelle Beer.
and we're the owners of the all-new Munkin Toyota Buick GMC at Mount Vernon. My father taught me a long time ago that happy customers come back. That's why we employ a non-commissioned sales team and offer a value pricing strategy to get you the best price up front.
Come see how easy it is to do business with us here.
Our team of certified technicians will complete anything from an oil change to a complete engine rebuild. So when you think Toyota Buick GMC,
Think Munkin Toyota Buick GMC.
Going beyond the expected. It's what they do at Pekin Insurance, and it's been their way of doing business since 1921. It's service that goes the extra mile, and product that provides the flexibility to meet all of today's insurance needs and tomorrow's as well. Stop by and see the agents at North Wayne Insurance Agency in downtown Flora and Sisney. They will provide the financial protection and peace of mind that you need and deserve. North Wayne Insurance in Pekin, beyond the expected.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
And welcome back here to B.E. Gum Gymnasium here at Salem as the Salem Wildcats get set to take on the Mount Vernon Rams in the Class 3A semifinal here tonight. The winner of tonight's ball game will play on Friday against the Highland Bulldogs. And what do you know of Highland there?
Boy, Highland's loaded. They've got a really good team this year. And, of course, they play a tough schedule, too, being over there closer to the Metro East. They play some of those 3A and 4A schools over there in the Metro East, Bruce. And so Highland is highly regarded, and they took care of Centralia the other night in the semifinals. And so, yeah, they await the winner of this one in the championship game.
All these squads trying to get to the Mascoutah sectional, and the winner of this regional will play on Wednesday night over there at Mascoutah against the winner of the Massac County regional. And Carbondale's going to be playing Mascoutah on Friday night. Carbondale's got to be the heavy favorite there, aren't they?
Carbondale should be the favorite because of the better schedule they've played. But you know what? That Mascoutah team has really surprised some teams this year. They're very capable of upsetting Carbondale in that game, so that should be an interesting one. But what a long drive it is from Mascoutah down to Massac County.
Oh, wow. I hadn't even thought about that. You're probably talking, doing the math here in my head. What is that, 200? Well, it'd be about 160, 170 miles maybe.
I mean, they're going to have to leave tomorrow afternoon in order to get there Friday.
Elsewhere over in Breeze tonight, it's the Battle of the Breezes. You know they love that.
Oh, yeah, the Milk Bowl.
That's right. Over at Freeburg tonight, it's Heron versus Columbia. The Heron is the 3 seed. Columbia's pretty tough, too. That's going to be a battle.
Yeah, you've seen Columbia play this year.
Yeah, they are outstanding. And the winner of that one gets Belleville-Altoff. We didn't even mention that the winner of the Breeze game is going to run into, oh, by the way, East St. Louis.
Congratulations, now you get to take on the Flyers. Good luck with that.
The Flyers are very tough. The folks here from Salem who watch the Salem Invitational Tournament, they can certainly attest to how good that East St. Louis Flyers team is as they beat Teutopolis. Speaking of the Shoes, they are playing tonight over at Vandalia against Mount Carmel, and we'll try to have scores over the course of the evening for all of these ball games for you as it's high school basketball in Southern Illinois, Randy. It just we've only got about 2 more weeks of it, don't we?
Oh, it's a fun time of year.
And here's our national anthem. National anthem as we get set for tonight's contest. The Mount Vernon Rams in their road orange uniforms as Randy and I told you earlier, they're a little bit shy on starters that you may have seen. But Quaney Rudd, we haven't mentioned him, or Carson Pro, they are going to be tough to mess with, aren't they?
You know, those are 2 sophomores that really are no longer sophomores after the play they've had this year, and they've kind of been thrown into the fire, but they've responded really well. Carson Pro hit a huge 3 against Belleville-Altoff to send that game into overtime, which the Rams won. And Quaney Rudd had a coming-out party at Cahokia the other night to wrap up the regular season. He had 30 points on the road at Cahokia.
You know, and that's the thing. I bet you the Cahokia thought that Mount Vernon having to play them twice in the last week of the season, thought, you know, we're going to at least snag one of those games with people being hurt. And boy, it just didn't happen, did it?
Can you imagine playing 2 games in 2 days? They played on Wednesday and Friday, yeah.
And that was due to the snow, I guess?
Yeah, one of them had get canceled earlier in the year, yeah.
The starters for the Mount Vernon Rams under head coach Doug Creel. Carson Pro, he's a sophomore guard, 6'1", 160. He'll be joined out there in the backcourt with Lucas Cooper, 6'1", senior, wearing number 22. Also Simon Wilson at 1 forward spot, 6'4", 190. He's a junior, wears number 30. Number 25, big man in the middle, is Weston Brockhouse, 6'7", and he is a senior. And as we said, Quaney Rudd wearing number 24. And just to tell you a little bit about how much a season changes, he maybe saw 3 minutes in the total of that Salem tournament just a month ago.
That's probably right, because he was playing almost strictly JV ball at the time.
How about that? For the Salem Wildcats, it'll be all seniors tonight. It's all been all seniors all year long as the Wildcats have stayed healthy, and that's a key over the course of a long season. Isaac Hayes at 1 guard. He's a senior, 5'11", joined in the backcourt by Jacob Harness, number 21. He's 5'10". And also number 22, Eric Brubaker, is a senior, 6 feet, but he'll be playing down on a block. Brett Whitney on the other side at 6'1", wearing number 40, and Levi Hayes at 6'4", the man in the middle for the Wildcats. A bit of a height advantage for Mount Vernon tonight, and that's kind of a change for the Rams over the past few years.
Well, you're right, because there's been years that the Rams didn't have anybody over 6'2", but this year they got a couple guys at 6'4", and then of course you got Brockhouse at 6'6" or 6'7", so yeah, that is a change.
The Rams in their road orange uniforms with white numerals. The Wildcats in their home whites with green numerals. By the way, I ran into track coach Brad Hargis earlier tonight. He wanted me to say hello to his mother. Hi, Judy.
All right.
How you doing, Judy? Brad says hi. He'll probably say hi later on tonight too. We're about ready to get underway as Quaney Rudd's going to jump center against Levi Hayes. Here on Wabash Catch TV, we are underway, and the Wildcats win the tip as they take it away from Brockhouse. 3 from the corner from Hayes is good. Isaac Hayes starts it out, and the Wildcats are going to come out in full court pressure.
Didn't take him long to heat up, did it?
No, sure didn't. Carson Pro bring it across against Harness out on top, and Harness harassing him very tight. Nearly got a steal. He gets it off to the left side there to Cooper. Back outside it goes. Wilson, and now Pro will set things up. Quaney Rudd, he is a lanky lad. He'll be down on the block most of the time, or does he come out much, Randy?
He's a little bit of both, but yeah, he can really jump out of the gym, and you can see him easily dunk the ball.
He stands out near the three-point line. It's a man-to-man defense as he gets it back out to Pro, guarded by Harness again. Pro tries to drive to his right, gets it off to Cooper, and Cooper works back to the middle. The Mount Vernon Rams always very patient. Pro might have gotten away with a walk, fires it to the left side. Now back out, they will reset. Coach Creel says spread it out, let's figure out what we're doing here. Pro drives to the free throw line, down low to Prost, and to Brockhouse, and he is fouled. It'll remain Mount Vernon ball.
That's something that the Rams want to probably try to do as part of their game plan, is get it into Brockhouse deep in the block as much as they can because of that size advantage tonight.
I was kind of surprised that was his first touch in a minute. Quaney Rudd with it, puts it up, no good, no foul. He thought he was pushed, might have been pushed, and the rebound goes to the Wildcats. Harness will bring it across. Gets it off to Whitney. Whitney and Harness play catch out top. The Mount Vernon Rams come out in a man-to-man. They really didn't get a whole lot of time to set up their defense on that first possession where Isaac Hayes gunned it from the right corner. Outside with it for the Wildcats is Brubaker. Off to Levi Hayes. Levi and Isaac, not brothers. They are cousins, as I understand. Harness with it out on top, works against Rudd. There's a size-height mismatch there as Harness probably about 5, is listed at 5'10". That might be a little generous. Quaney Rudd listed at 6'4", and he might have grown over the course of the year. Harness with it now with Pro on him. Back over it goes to the left top of the key to Whitney. Around to Hayes. Good patience showing by the Wildcats as well. Harness drives, met out there by Cooper. Back out to Brubaker. He drives on Pro, drives to the hoop, loses the handle, taken away by the Rams. Quickly the other way, heads Simon Wilson into the corner to Cooper. He looks inside, and Brockhouse wasn't there. Now Brockhouse will step out and help out. Still a 3-0 score. 5 minutes, 20 seconds to go, and they're going to call a illegal screen against Carson Pro.
Yeah, away from the basketball there. First on Pro, first on the Rams. Both teams kind of trying to feel each other out here a little bit in the early going.
You know, the tricky thing is Mount Vernon has only gotten one shot, and that was really well defended. Now, both teams being very patient other than that first one. Down to Whitney. It's knocked away by Wilson. Here come the Rams. Cooper to the hoop. Gets there, lays it in. Mount Vernon now on the board with 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's 3-2.
Nobody stopped his progress that time. He took it all the way to the glass.
Mount Vernon season average game score is 54 points. And Salem with scoring 50 a game. This may be a low-scoring affair. On the drive, Brubaker is fouled. And that one, I believe, is probably going to go against Rudd.
You know, that's something that Salem's done in previous meetings this year against Mount Vernon, is they've been real successful with getting inside the paint and penetrating and drawing the foul. And that's what they did on that one.
As Brubaker will head to the free throw line for a pair. His team up by 1, make it 2. The Salem super fans, students over there, looks like it must be workout day or beach day or something. What do you think?
I love it. Got the headbands going on,
yeah.
The tank tops, the shorts.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. There might be like flash dance day or something like that. That's great.
Making some noise.
4-2 in favor of the Salem Wildcats, make it 5. Salem still in the full court man-to-man. Mount Vernon will clear everybody out, and Cooper will bring it across. Lucas Cooper gets around Hayes all the way to the hoop again. Tried to leave it over for Hunter Simmons into the game, and taken away by Harness. He heads down court, gets away with a double dribble. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mount Vernon. As Harness was trying to grab it, might have actually picked it up and dribbled a couple times. Oh well, that happens. Throwing it in is Hayes. Gets it outside and out of Harness to Hayes at the free throw line. He drives on Harkins. The shot won't go. Rebound comes down to Mount Vernon. Dylan Harkins, 5'8", sophomore, into the ballgame. This is going to be a young Mount Vernon team this year, or for the rest of this year anyway, won't it?
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of sophomores that are going to see action in this game. The JV team I should mention, though, for Mount Vernon this year was a perfect 14-0. So these sophomores were undefeated as freshmen and undefeated as sophomores in JV this year.
That gives them a boost of confidence. You know, you need that. And another boost of confidence, you got to figure, Randy, is that they've already played in this regional, whereas Salem has not yet.
Right.
On the dribble out on top, it's Harkins. So tosses it off to the left side to Simmons. Around Cooper, they look down to Brockhouse. He gets up, won't go, gets his own rebound, puts it up and in. Just a height advantage there on Levi Hayes. He took advantage.
Yes, that's probably going to be there all night, and Salem will have to find a way to either front him or do something to double team.
3:20 to go here in the first quarter. It's 5-4 Salem. And a three-pointer on the way from Harness is short, long rebound. Harness gets it, puts it up, and off, no good. Another loose ball grabbed by Mount Vernon this time. As Harness missing a couple of times that possession. Up ahead to Simmons. Around the horn, Brockhouse looks inside. They toss it around. Again, good patience. Outside with the basketball is Lucas Cooper. Brockhouse will take that three from time, won't he?
He will, and he's very skilled at shooting it from behind the arc.
6'7" kid, boy, that is, like you say, an outstanding skill to have. As on the dribble, it's Lucas Cooper. He heads to the hole, gets through traffic, puts it up and in. First lead of the game for Mount Vernon. They lead at 6-5.
4 points for Cooper here in the early going.
And 2.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Harness across with it to Brubaker. Out on top to Whitney and around Hayes. To the other Hayes. That's Levi. Back outside, Brubaker. They will find Isaac Hayes open for three. Misses this one. Rebound. Brubaker works. Gets it. This shot blocked out of there by Brockhouse. Boy, Brockhouse swung down, and you don't see people get away with that very often. Charging violation, a little bit out of control. Lucas Cooper coming down the lane, right?
Yeah, he made the pass, but then he crashed into the Salem player, and that is the charge, and that's going to be 3 team fouls on the Rams, first on Cooper.
Pro will check back into the ball game along with Evan Leak. Also, Quaney Rudd coming back into the basketball game. 2 minutes to go Here in the first quarter, it is Mount Vernon 6, Salem 5. Low-scoring game.
5 sophomores on the floor for Mount Vernon right now.
Well, I hadn't realized that. You're absolutely right. 5 sophomores against 3 seniors, a sophomore and a junior. Salem with a couple of subs in now as Cade Alberson's in along with Leighton Ware. They try to get it into Alberson. The ball loose, knocked away. It'll be a held ball, and it'll go to Mount Vernon on the alternating possession. Mount Vernon fans on their feet, cheering the defense of their young squad out there right now.
Rams have come out with a lot more energy tonight than what they had in the first round game against Triad. They were really flat that night.
Dylan Harkins brings it across the timeline against Isaac Hayes. To the right wing, it goes to Leak. Outside to Quaney Rudd. And they're going to call traveling as Rudd scooted his pivot foot a little bit.
Second turnover on the Rams.
Really?
Yep.
That's just 2, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's late in the first quarter for only a second turnover. Good defense and good offensive patience by the Rams. On the drive, Hayes gets it in the corner to Brubaker. Back outside, Isaac Hayes for 3. Off the front iron and bounces in. 8-6 in favor of Salem. 1:10 to go here in the first.
Second three-pointer there by Hayes.
Pro drives on Harness to the top of the key. Back outside, he gets it to Harkins. Around the horn, off to Hunter Simmons. Simmons works against Brubaker. And back to Harkins. Harkins gets a screen, goes to his left toward down the left side of the lane, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for a pair to try to tie the ball game.
Harkins has got a really quick first step, and he penetrated down the lane that time and drew that foul.
It goes on Leighton Ware for Salem. We're under a minute to play now in this first quarter. 8-6 the score as Harkins with a chance to tie. If he hits the first, he can tie it with the second one.
That is a second team foul on Salem.
This game about as tight as that first meeting this year when they went to overtime, and Salem won by 1 point, 41-40.
That was a nail biter.
Yeah. Free throw rolls off, no good. Rebound Salem. Back into the game, Brockhouse along with Lucas Cooper for Mount Vernon. Hayes looks inside for Brubaker. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Quaney Rudd. He is quick with long arms.
He's got real long arms, and he was able to get around the defender just enough to knock that one out of bounds.
34 seconds to go in this first. It's 8-7 Salem. They have the basketball in the white uniforms with the green numerals. Hayes back outside to Ware, around to Harness. Harness works against Rudd. And they're looking like they're going to be patient and hold for one now with 25, make it 20 seconds to go here in this first quarter. The 1 point lead, they're going to see if they can't make it 2, 3, or 4 before the end of the quarter. 10 seconds remaining now as Harness will start things. Gives it back to Isaac Hayes. He peeks at the clock. He drives down the right side. Back to Harness. 3 on the way is off the iron. No good. Rebound tipped and gathered by Mount Vernon. So after 1 quarter of play, it is Salem 8, Mount Vernon 7. Back in a minute.
Life is made up of moments. We care about those moments as much as you do. We are Modern Woodmen, a fraternal financial services organization, member-owned, not stockholder-run. Since 1883, we've supported families, strengthened communities, and helped people reach their financial goals. From protection to saving to retirement planning, let us help you plan for those special moments in your life.
For career opportunities or financial planning, call me, Justin Harness, your local Modern Woodmen representative.
Carter Turf and Tractor is now open in their beautiful new location on West Main Street in Fairfield in the former Save-A-Lot building. Carter Turf and Tractor is your area dealer for high-quality Kubota tractors in a variety of sizes, perfect for a landscaping business or to easily handle a variety of jobs around your home or farm. They can customize a solution for your needs. They also have the Kubota RTV utility vehicles for on-road and off-road transportation and hauling needs. When there's mowing or lawn work to be done, Carter Turf and Tractor has you covered with Exmark riding mowers and walk-behind mowers. They also feature a good selection of Echo brand brush cutters, trimmers, and chainsaws, as well as Honda and Generac generators. Come in and see for yourself at the new Carter Turf and Tractor, open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and 8 to 2 on Saturday.
And welcome back here to Salem after one period of play. The Wildcats lead by 1. They'll have the basketball as we get things going here in this second quarter. Levi Hayes in the game along with Brett Whitney, Isaac Hayes, and Leighton Ware, and Eric Brubaker as Harness is getting a rest for the Wildcats. Off to the left side, Eric Brubaker works against Kwani Rudd, tries to his right side, heads to the hole, blocked from behind by Pro. Ball's loose on the court, and it'll be a held ball. It'll go to Mount Vernon in the alternating possession. For Mount Vernon, Weston Brockhouse along with Kwani Rudd and Lucas Cooper, Carson Pro, and Simon Wilson, the starting 5 out for the Rams. 7:24 to go in the first half. It's 8-7 and a tight ball game here, Salem by 1. You're watching on Wabash Cats TV. Bruce Dickey here along with Randy Olson.
Wildcats stay in their man-to-man defense here to start the second quarter.
Yeah, they've been sticking with that most of the time, I believe, Randy, as it'll be Kwani Rudd outside. And it's been, they've been forcing the ball all the way to the half line, playing a tight man-to-man all the way out. With the ball is Carson Pro. He peers over at Coach Creel to see what the play call is. And this is where Jackson Creel might be really missed on the court.
Absolutely.
His floor generalship, right?
Yeah, because he's like having another coach on the floor, not because he's a coach's son, but because he's got such a good basketball IQ.
Carson Pro heads to the hoop, loses the handle. It'll be another held ball. This time back to Salem, as Jacob Harness will return to the ball game for the Wildcats. Wayer sits down. Starters back in for both teams now. 6.5 to go in a fruitless second quarter for both squads. Still just 8-7.
I like that. Fruitless.
That's what it is. Across with it, Jacob Harness working against a man-to-man put on. Well, no, that's a zone now, a little bit of a tricky zone out on top. Are they doing man-to-man? They are.
They are, but they're sagging a lot.
They are sagging, as they shouldn't have sagged off the Harness.
Nope.
He guns the 3 and makes it a 4-point contest, 11-7 in favor of the Wildcats. Pro will walk it up, works against Jacob Harness. Clears a little bit of room for himself, gets it off to Wilson, and a back around to Rudd. Rudd on the dribble out on top to Brockhouse. Weston Brockhouse a long way from the hoop, even though he can hit the 3, but if he's going to be out there, you'd like to see him shoot it sometime, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Outside with it, Rudd looks down low. Nobody flashes open for him, and he throws it into the audience.
Yeah, it's 4th turnover on the Rams.
4-point lead for Salem. They're looking to extend themselves a little bit of cushion here with 5:40 to go in the first half. It's been a tight basketball game. It's the biggest lead of the game, this 4-point contest. 3 on the way for Harness. Won't go, but a foul is going to be called on Brockhouse. It's going to be pushed. It's going to be on the floor, so no free throws. And they'll throw it in from across from the Mount Vernon bench.
That'll be the first foul on Brockhouse, and it'll be the 4th team foul on the Rams.
You know, and the thing is, Randy, that almost acts as another turnover.
Yes.
As of course it wasn't, you're not guaranteed that Salem's going to get the rebound,
Mm-hmm.
but you foul after the shot like that,
yeah.
That is a turnover. 11-7, Salem up by 4, 5.5 to go in this first half. Brubaker with it out on the left wing, outside to Harness. He's picked up out there by Cooper. Looks to his right, finds Hayes over there, now to Brubaker. Brubaker picked up by Wilson. Around the horn. 3 on the way is blocked by Brockhouse, picked up by Whitney, and his hook is up and good.
Boy, Whitney, right place at the right time.
Sure was. It was a beautiful block by Brockhouse, just fell into Whitney's arms. Across with it for Mount Vernon, Lucas Cooper. Into the corner to Hunter Simmons. Now back off to Cooper on the right elbow. Fires it back over to Simmons on the dribble. Now to Brockhouse. He draws Levi Hayes all the way from underneath. And the handoff goes to Cooper. Now Vernon just a little bit discombobulated out there offensively, Randy, it looks like to me.
Again, they've really missed Jackson Creel out there directing the traffic. And you don't realize how you miss somebody until they're gone.
That's right. 4:15 to go in the first half. Nice pass down to Brockhouse. He puts it up, and no good. Rebound tipped up, it won't go. Tipped, no good.
Wow.
Taken away by Hayes. Well, Brockhouse would like that back. Harness up in a hurry. Off to Brubaker. He drives, gets it back to Harness. Good ball movement by the Wildcats. They can go up by 8 or 9. It's going to be short. Rebound taken by Brockhouse. Under 4 minutes to go in the half. Mount Vernon with the ball. They're looking for their first points in this second quarter. Out on top on the drive, Cooper. Gets it back outside to Wilson. Into the corner, Pro. Lobs it down, gets it to Simmons, and back outside. 3 on the way. Cooper hits. Lucas Cooper, the 6'1 senior, cuts that 6-point lead in half.
Cooper with 7 of the Ram 10 points.
13-10. Boy, you know, that's the thing. At this time of the year, Randy, you kind of need scoring from unexpected places, don't you?
You're right.
Because the other teams are trying to take away all your good options, all your best and better options, or more expected options. Harness gets it outside to Whitney and around the horn to Hayes. Looking inside for Brubaker. Brubaker guarded by Pro. Heads to the hoop. Shot blocked by Pro. Gets it back. Blocked again. Over to Hayes. Hayes shot up and blocked. Picked out of the air by Simmons, and he's fouled by Brubaker, and that's got to be a frustration foul.
Yeah, 3 missed opportunities there by the Salem Wildcats. The officials letting them play a little bit, some physicality out there. But again, that's 3A basketball, so they're calling it that way. And
that's
some
right.
Block shots.
3A basketball in late February.
Those would have been fouls in 1A or 2A basketball.
2:57 to go here in the first half. It's 13-10 in favor of Salem. And walking it up is Lucas Cooper. Met out there by Leighton Ware in the man-to-man for the Wildcats. Off to the left side it goes to Wilson. Outside to Brockhouse. Waiting for a cutter. Gets it off to Simmons. Hunter Simmons, one of those sophomores Randy's been talking about. 6'3". He's big. He's a well put together 15-year-old.
Yeah, he is.
Or
He really
16-year-old. 13-10 the score in favor of Salem. Mount Vernon trying to cut it to 1 or tie. On the drive is Cooper. Pardon me, Wilson gets it back to Simmons. Now to Wilson, guarded by Brubaker.
Salem has done a really good job defensively on Simon Wilson so far. He has not been able to get a shot off, and there's a steal.
And there's a steal from Simon Wilson, stolen right back as he took it from Brubaker. Brubaker trying to gather, and Wilson able to recollect. 13-10, under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Low scoring contest. On the drive, Cooper up and no good. Rebound tipped around, lost out of bounds. It'll go to the Wildcats as Brockhouse tipping it in the air instead of maybe even had a better chance gathering and going back up.
Turnover number 5 on the Rams. Is Brubaker typically the guy that Salem uses as a stopper defensively? Is he kind of the guy that they utilize in that fashion?
For a big,
he's doing a great job on Wilson.
No, probably Hayes. Isaac Hayes would be the one that, as Brubaker comes around and puts it up and over Weston Brockhouse and gives Salem in a 5-point lead. Minute and a half to go. Yeah, he really is having an outstanding defensive game. On the dribble, down by 5, Mount Vernon. 1:15 to go here in the first half. With it is Lucas Cooper. Off to the right wing to Simmons as they peer to the sideline, get a little bit of help from Coach Creel. Cooper drives, gets it into the corner to Wilson. Wilson into the free throw line, and the ball stolen away. Harness took the pass away up to Brubaker. He finds a wide open Ware heading to the hoop. He lays it in. Now a 7-point lead for Salem. 17-10. What a nice defensive quarter the Wildcats are enjoying. 45 seconds to go in the first half. Just a 3-point quarter for Mount Vernon right now. Outside with it on the dribble is Lucas Cooper, and down by 7, Mount Vernon's going to burn clock.
Yeah, well, again, on that last offensive sequence by the Rams, they were trying to get an open shot in that left corner pocket by Simon Wilson. But again, Brubaker did an excellent job closing on him defensively to not let him get the shot off. And Simon Wilson has not shot the ball one single time this first half.
I did not realize that.
Good job defensively by the Wildcats, yeah.
Brockhouse with it, gets his man on the floor, tosses it over to Cooper. Cooper jumper from 12, off, no good. Rebound gathered. Pro late in the quarter, it won't go, but he's fouled. Looks like Pro's going to get 2 shots to end the half. We'll keep it right here as he shoots them. He'll be able to cut that 7-point lead down to 5 as they'll clear the lane here with no time on the clock. Let the sophomore Carson Pro, 6'1", 160, head to the line for 2 shots. And kind of a break for Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
As they were looking straight down the gun of going in down 7. 5, to me, if he makes this one, 5's a little different psychological animal.
Oh, I agree.
They missed it. How about 6?
Betwixt and between.
That's right. So after one half of play, it is Salem 17, Mount Vernon 11. We'll be back here on Wabash Catch TV after these words.
With over 90 years of combined automotive repair experience, Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They are your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. For your convenience, call 665-3666 for free local pickup and delivery, because at Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Come see my daddy with our boys.
Are you looking to start a DIY project or new home construction? Come see us at Zinc Building Center. We can help with interior, exterior, and commercial doors. Need some new siding? Whether it be vinyl, stone, or cedar shake, we can help. How about roofing? Call us for a free estimate on a metal or shingled roof. We also deal in lumber, cabinetry, paint, plumbing, and electrical. Stop by and see us on Route 45 in Louisville.
Come see us.
Dan's Electro-Electric in Flora, Fairfield, and Noble is always ready to help you, whether the days and nights are frosty and cold or hot and humid. As a supplier and servicer of all major HVAC brands, Dan's experienced and licensed technicians are ready to get to work for you. Take care of your interior comfort with affordable heating, cooling, electrical, geothermal, and generator systems with reliable customer service from Dan's Electro-Electric.
For over 43 years, Bandy's Pharmacy has been your locally owned prescription for better health. With locations in Salem, Centralia, Mount Vernon, and Irvington, our fast, friendly, and professional pharmacists will take the time to explain your medications and give you the peace of mind that you deserve. Bandy's is also the area's largest provider of quality medical equipment solutions, and with a huge selection of medical uniforms and supplies, Bandy's Pharmacy and Medical Equipment truly is your prescription for better health.
Kiss too slow internet goodbye and say hello to super fast internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is the only 1 gig internet provider in your area. With Wabash Fiber, you can stream videos and TV shows on multiple devices, video chat, download and upload quickly, including HD movies, plus so much more. Submit your interest at wabash.net and fall in love with Wabash Communications. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location.
Hi, this is Craig from Salem Tire Center. Our business is getting you on the road and keeping you there. That's why we're a proud provider of the Michelin tires, including the Michelin Defender family, Michelin's longest lasting tires on the road. Stop by today at Salem Tire Center, Route 50 and I-57 in Salem, or call us at 548-5045.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
First, It was the love of your life. Then, the promotion you deserved. The daughter you planned for. And the son you didn't. Now you're ready for a new home. So how do you properly protect all this? To solve the big challenges of tomorrow, start with simple steps today at Country Financial. If you're ready to start, we're ready to help. So let's get started.
See me, Alex Atwood, and Sisney for your insurance and financial needs.
Commitment. At Salem Rural King, Commitment is serving your community the way we would want to be served. Commitment is a newly renovated store with more hard-to-find items for the whole family. Commitment is knowing that when you shop at Rural King, you'll find everything you need in one stop. Farm, home, sporting, automotive, clothing, and much more. Come on over to Salem Rural King and experience our commitment for yourself. 1410 West Whitaker in Salem.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
And welcome back here to Salem, Class 3A Regional Semifinal. At the half, it is Salem over the Mount Vernon Rams, 17-11. You're watching on Wabash Catch TV on either in Salem on Channel 3, over elsewhere in Channel 100 or Channel 25. My name's Bruce Dickey, joined here by Randy Olson, and Randy's got a bunch of stats as well as scores from around the area. Did you, by the way, I didn't give you your sheet back if you wanted to write scores.
Oh, I got another copy.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
Made one for both of them.
Mr. Prepared. How about that? What you got, Randy?
Well, let's talk about the scoring. Really not a lot of it, particularly for the Mount Vernon Rams, as they only have 11 points here at halftime. They're led in scoring by Lucas Cooper with 7 points. He hit 1 3-pointer and then a couple of deuces. Dylan Harkins with 1 free throw for 1 point. Carson Pro with 1 point on a free throw. And then Weston Brockhouse had a field goal for his 2 points, and that's it for the Mount Vernon Rams. So Brockhouse with only 2. Simon Wilson has not scored, has not shot the ball. Quanti Rudd has not scored and has only shot the ball 1 time. I think that's a glaring statistic right there for the Mount Vernon Rams.
Yeah. That was blocked.
So good job defensively by the Salem Wildcats in the first half. They are led in scoring by Isaac Hayes with 6 points that came on a pair of 3-pointers. Jacob Harness had a 3-pointer and a deuce for 5 points. Eric Brubaker has a deuce for 2 points. Whitney has a bucket for 2, and Ware has a bucket for 2. No free throw shot at all by Salem. 4 free throw shot by Mount Vernon. They were 2 out of 4. Overall shooting in the first half, Mount Vernon just 4 out of 11. So only 11 shots taken by the Rams in the first half.
Wow.
Salem 7 out of 18 in the first half. They lead it here by a score of 17-11 after the half, after leading 8-7 after.
Well, you know, and that's kind of indicative of the turnovers you talked about for Mount Vernon in that half.
6 turnovers for the Rams and 4 for Salem in the first half. But real good defensive effort for the Salem Wildcats. And I think, you know, probably coming out of the locker room here at halftime, the Rams will be trying to get that ball inside to Brockhouse and Rudd. And they're going to try to run some different sets, I'm sure, to get the open look at the basket from behind the arc for Simon Wilson. Got a few scores passed along to you if you'd like. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, in other games in 3A regionals tonight, Breeze Mater Dei and Breeze Central are tied at halftime, 14-14. Heron leads Columbia 20-11. You know, that Heron team's won something like 19 games in a row ever since they lost the championship of the El Dorado Holiday Tournament to Fairfield. They've
no kidding.
Not lost to anybody.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they've reeled off about 19 in a row.
Talk about
tonight.
Coming in on a run.
Yeah. The Olney Tigers and Rob Flanagan lead Effingham 20-8 in the 3A regional at Olney.
I tell you what, a 12-point deficit to a Rob Flanagan team is like a 30-point deficit to anybody else.
Isn't that the truth? Whew. Yeah, he's going to milk that for all it's got.
Oh, my heavens.
He will. And Springfield Southeast, who's definitely a powerhouse in 3A basketball this year, they are all over Jacksonville in their semifinal, 44-13. At the 2A sectional up at Vandalia, Teotopoulos leads Mount Carmel at halftime 23-19. Mount Carmel had led earlier in the game by 5.
I have a note on that game. A friend of mine asked me if I had heard what was going on up there. I said, no, I'm working in Salem. So what happened? He said, well, T-Town was down 5, and they were down 19-14, 19-15, 14, whatever it was. And they went on a 9-0 run to take a 4-point lead, right? That was exactly with 4 minutes to go in the half. Then they held the ball.
Held the ball.
Held the ball for 4 minutes.
So a 9-0 run, then held the ball.
I don't understand it.
I've never seen T-Town do that before.
That makes no sense.
That's a new strategy for them. Nashville, number 1 ranked team in the state in 2A. They lead West Frankfort 25-10. And at the 1A sectional at Oakville tonight, the Rockets all over Winchester 24-8.
Oh, the Rockets are an outstanding basketball.
They were there
team.
in the state championship game last year.
Yeah, Oakville, they are the real deal. As both teams back out on the court, getting set to go here in this second half. What do Mount Vernon Rams need to do, Randy, to get back in this?
Well, they got to get Brockhouse and Rudd more involved. They got to get the ball inside the paint, get quality shots, and they got to do something to get Simon Wilson involved in the offense too, and get him some looks from behind the arc. And I think they'll run some sets to do exactly that. If you're Salem, you want to try to stay the course, play good heads-up defense, continue to limit Mount Vernon to 1 shot, take care of the basketball, don't turn it over, and just try to hold on to this lead. So Salem in a good position.
Salem in white. It's Mount Vernon in orange. Mount Vernon with the basketball as we start the second half. Weston Brockhouse with it, fires it over to Simon Wilson. He looked low for Kwani Rudd. Carson Pro and Lucas Cooper also on the court for the Rams. And it's the 5 senior starters for the Wildcats on the court. Hayes, along with Harness and Whitney and Brubaker for the Wildcats. They lead by 6. Mount Vernon already is still a very patient team, Randy. They've already burned 30 seconds off the clock here without a shot. There's a shot for 3. It won't go for Pro. And a push is going to be called against Kwani Rudd. Went up over Brett Whitney and must have given him a little bit of a shove to keep him down.
And that's going to be 2 fouls on Kwani Rudd, first of this half.
Neither team in foul trouble at all, are they?
No, they, like I said, the officials are pretty much letting them play.
Might have been. That's probably the first player with multiple fouls, Kwani Rudd, right there. 7:10 to go here in the third. It's 17-11 in favor of Salem. Harness drives. 14-footer is up and around and in. Went right over the top of Lucas Cooper. Nice move to clear himself a little space. By bringing it back this way, Lucas Cooper with the basketball for Mount Vernon. He wears number 22. Gets it over to Simon Wilson. Back to Cooper. Drives the right baseline off to Rudd. Rudd spins it back out. Brockhouse for 3. Bounces off. No good. 3-pointers not falling so far for Mount Vernon. And they have taken 2 3-pointers on 2 possessions here. I don't think they took a 3-pointer in the first half, did they? Did they attempt one?
Maybe one, yep.
As it is Wildcat basketball up by 8. Brubaker heads to the hole. He's fouled by Brockhouse, and he'll head to the free throw line for 2. Weston Brockhouse got away with that same block in the first half, but not this time as he brought his arm. He swung down, and you can't blame him for doing it, Randy. If you're going to get away with it the first time, you think you'll get away the second time.
That's going to be the second foul, though, on Brockhouse. So you got 2 on Rudd, 2 on Brockhouse, the 2 big guys for the Rams.
Brubaker not the best free throw shooter for Salem. He steps up, hits the first of 2, and he could make it a double-digit lead if he hits this second one. Winner again here tonight plays against Highland on Friday night at Salem, here at Salem. 6:15 to go after that second free throw was missed. The old announcer jinx, sorry about that. Rudd steps into, well, fakes the 3, gets it down to Brockhouse, who hits the reverse layup to cut it to a 7-point lead.
Yeah, if you're the Rams, that's the kind of set you're looking for right there, is let Brockhouse seal his man on the hip and get it into him.
20-13 in favor of Salem. Harness across with it off to Brubaker. Brubaker looks in, now drives toward the hoop. Has his shot blocked by Rudd, right into the hands, however, of Hayes. Out to Harness for 3, off the iron and in. The second 3-pointer tonight for Salem that has bounced off the front of the rim, bounced off the back, and fallen through.
The Rims are being kind to him.
23-13, 10-point lead for the Wildcats. Weston Brockhouse off to Cooper. Lucas Cooper off now to Quaney Rudd. He drops it down to Brockhouse. He goes up high for it. Triple teamed, and he's hacked. Going to give that to most likely Jacob Harness. And it will be Ram basketball underneath their own hoop, down by 10.
That's good help defense, though, by the Wildcats. They're collapsing in.
Lob into Quaney Rudd. He reached over Whitney to gather. Heads to the hoop. Shot won't go. Rebound Brockhouse, and he's going to be fouled by Hayes. And he is unhappy. Well, a lot of times you won't see officials let the players give them that much lip. There was a bit of lip coming there from Levi. Levi's a senior. He figures he's earned the right. Outside with it is Cooper, off to Brockhouse, drives on Hayes to the free throw line, puts it up from 12 and hits. Down to an 8-point game, 23-15, 5 minutes exactly remaining here in the third quarter as Jacob Harness jogs across the timeline. Off to the left wing to Brubaker. Brubaker driving on Pro, brings it back out, and Mount Vernon will switch. As Weston Brockhouse with the unenviable task as a 6'7" guy trying to guard Harness. Brubaker now, it's Rudd on Harness. Harness drives to the hoop shot, blocked by Brockhouse, and it will remain a Wildcat ball.
That's what 6'7" can do for you.
A lot of times, I noticed that last night watching the Mules play. Their defense is kind of altered over the course of the year, as now they're funneling people inside, and Brian Estes is throwing the ball out. 23-15, Salem by 8. 3 on the way to make it 11. It's short. Rebound gathered by Hayes, and he loses the handle out of bounds. It'll be Mount Vernon basketball.
Turnover number 5 on the Wildcats.
Into the game for Mount Vernon is Dylan Harkins. He throws it in. Also back into the game, Hunter Simmons, couple of sophomores. Harkins will bring it across. Gets it over to Wilson. Down low, they look for Cooper. And you're right, Wilson, no touches offensively, toward the rim, Randy. He's really kind of been on an island, hasn't he?
Yeah, Brubaker closes out on him, and he's guarding him, out beyond the arc.
Brockhouse drives on Whitney, misses the shot. A rebound comes down to Hayes. Still an 8-point difference with under 4 minutes to play, and Mount Vernon down by 8. Going to have to start thinking about time's going to become an issue before too long. It's a double dribble. Speaking of turnovers, Levi Hayes lost the handle.
Number 6 on Salem. Yeah, obviously the Rams trying to run that offense through Weston Brockhouse now. He's had 5 shots in this second half and connected on 2 of them.
23-15, 3:46 remaining in the third quarter. As Dylan Harkins heads to the hole, drops it down, and he's going to call a foul, I believe, on Harness. As he had a hand check going there on Harkins. Pro will check back into the ballgame for Mount Vernon. Harkins will take a seat. The Leak remains in the game along with Wilson, Simmons, and Brockhouse for the Rams. On the drive, the Leak drops it down to Pro, and he lays it in.
Nice pass by Harkins.
And that's I think, a big possession for Mount Vernon there, Randy. They needed a hoop. Cut it to 6. 3:20 to go here in the third. Brubaker on the right wing, standing on the large print M on the court. He plays catch with Whitney. Whitney was open, cut heading to the hoop, and he had it now stolen away. Pass maybe a little late. Pro heads to the hoop, lays it up and in. That cuts the lead to 4. 6 points in a row for Mount Vernon. They're going to take a timeout with 3:02 to go here in the third. It's Salem 23, Mount Vernon 19. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Don't buy from strangers, buy local. With national communication providers, you may be forced to try to get help from a call center across the country. Who needs the aggravation? Choose Wabash Communications instead. Our employees are local, so you'll be treated like a neighbor whenever you call or stop by, and you'll get straightforward pricing without any gimmicks or hidden cost. Plus, we actively support the communities we serve through monetary and in-kind donations. Put your money where your heart is. Here at home, visit wabash.net to express your interest in Wabash Fiber.
Very happy, huh?
Yeah, very happy. 3:02 remaining here in the third quarter. It's 23-19. You're watching Class 3A IHSA basketball here on Wabash Catch TV. Bruce Dickey along with Randy Olson. It's 23-19. Salem had a 10-point lead. They've given up 6 in a row. Isaac Hayes brings it across the line. Cade Alberson with it now in the game for Salem. Out to Brett Whitney. Leighton Ware also, and Eric Brubaker for the Wildcats. Brubaker fires it down low. Whitney cut to the hoop, got away from Simmons, and lays it up and in. Boy, nice screen work there by the Salem Wildcats.
Yeah, good backdoor play there.
2.5 to go in the third. Carson Pro drives around Ware to the hole, and he'll hit the runner.
6 points for the sophomore Pro in this quarter.
25-21. I think that's 6 in a row, too, Randy. As he picks Hayes clean out on top, heads to the hole, lays it up, and in.
Wow. That thing just hung on the rim.
Yeah, there were some hands flashed by it a couple of times. I don't believe anybody touched it. It's a 2-point lead. Pro's going to pick up a foul out on top. He was trying to get his second steal in a row.
Instead, he gets his second foul.
2:02 to go here in the third. Deuces are wild, 25-23. It's a 2-point difference. 2:02 to go. 2 fouls for Pro. 3 fouls against each team here in this half. Winner gets Highland on Friday. Losers done. Both these two teams with good winning records, well over 500. Out on top, Hayes gets around Pro, heads to the hoop, then runs right into Brockhouse. 3 on the way for Brubaker is good.
That was huge.
Bumps it back to a 5-point contest with 1:45 to go here in the third. 28-23, Pro brings it across. Zone now for Salem. First time seen that. Out top it goes to a Pro, and timeout's going to be taken by Coach Doug Creel. I think he wanted to do a little coaching on that zone too.
Yep.
1.5 to go in the third. 28-23 Salem. We'll be back in 30.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
And welcome back to Salem. It's 28-23 Wildcats with 1.5 to go in this third quarter. Been a pretty tight ball game. Salem has been able to extend a couple of times to 10, but Mount Vernon fighting back as that ball's knocked into backcourt, and Lucas Cooper will recover. The Wildcats go back to the man-to-man, a little bit of a trap as well. Simon Wilson on the dribble. He drives the right side, heads down that direction to the hole, and he puts it up and in, right as Randy and I were talking during the break. Boy, Simon Wilson has been quiet. He starts the scoring for himself.
That's his first shot of the game, first basket.
28-25 with 1 minute to go. Can you believe it took him 23 minutes to shoot?
Yeah.
Outside on the dribble, Harness to the hoop, and his shot is blocked by Wilson, but they're going to call a foul on the senior from Mount Vernon, pardon, the junior from Mount Vernon, Simon Wilson.
That'll be his first.
Boo, say the Mount Vernon fans. They thought it was clean. Yay, say the Salem fans. With 50.5 seconds remaining here in the third, Harness can make it a 5-point difference. It is 4.
We have not had very many free throws shot in this game. It's been a quick game.
Certainly has. Is it even 8 o'clock yet? No, it's 1:45.
Oh,
wow. Second one coming for Harness. He hit them both. Back to a 5-point game. Yeah, we had some folks walk in at halftime. Thought that they were thought that the game was start. Did the game start at 7? I said, yeah.
And he goes, it's halftime already?
Yeah. 30-25 in favor of Salem. Mount Vernon with the basketball. 35 seconds to go. 3 on the way from Pro. Bounces off the iron. No good. Tipped up. No good. Rebound comes down to Brett Whitney for the Wildcats. And you got to figure Salem's going to hold. See if they can't go up into the fourth quarter by 7. 30-25. What Salem lead at the half? Was it 6?
Yeah, they led by 6.
And they would win the quarter if they score here. Brubaker drives against Cooper. Shot is up, no good, but with 2.7 seconds to go, Eric Brubaker will head to the line for a pair.
Foul on Cooper is going to be his second. And that's 5 team fouls now on the Rams.
2.7 to go, heading to the line. Brubaker, what's he, 2 for 2 tonight?
He's actually 1 for 2.
1 for 2. One of the 5 senior starters, he hits the first, bumps it to a 6-point lead.
You know, we were talking with a lot of people before the game in the hospitality room, the fact that this Salem team, it's the first time that any of us can remember in history, at least the last 30, 40 years, that Salem's beaten both Mount Vernon and Centralia in the same season.
They've beaten Mount Vernon twice, trying to do it 3 times. 3 on the way at the buzzer, won't go for Cooper. So after 3 periods, Mount Vernon has a hill to climb. Salem leads at 32-25. We'll be back in a minute.
At Back & Body Works Chiropractic, we help you feel better naturally. Our naturopathic treatments are for the whole family, from newborns to the elderly. We offer auriculotherapy for smoking cessation and appetite control. We use acupuncture to improve health and well-being in the mind and body. Our high-quality supplements are made from organic, whole foods and herbs for adults and children. We also offer exercise classes for women of every age, size, and fitness level. We are conveniently located at 101 South Main Street on the Square in Louisville.
Call my mommy.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Welcome back to Salem. The Wildcats lead it here 32-25. And I got to tell you, Randy, watching the quarter unfold, I thought Mount Vernon was cutting in, and then at the end of the quarter, they've lost a point on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they made a run. They got it down to 2 points, but give Salem credit. They came bouncing back. A big 3 by Brubaker, and then some free throws down the stretch, and they're back up by 7.
Salem with their starters back in the ballgame. All 5 seniors out there right now. And with it is Jacob Harness, Brett Whitney out on the right wing, Eric Brubaker, Levi Hayes, and Isaac Hayes. Whitney drives to the corner, gets it outside to Brubaker. He draws Weston Brockhouse all the way outside. And now to Harness. Neither team in much foul trouble. Mount Vernon's committed 5, make it 6, as Cooper's going to foul Brubaker out on top. Hiccups.
And he's the first player of the evening to have 3 personal fouls, Lucas Cooper.
So Cooper with 3. And Evan Leake will head to the bench for the Mount Vernon Rams. It's
Quanti Rudd back in.
Yeah, Quanti Rudd comes back in, and the starters now back in for Mount Vernon. Pro, Cooper, Rudd, Brockhouse, and Wilson. Out on top with the basketball, Levi Hayes to Whitney. To the right side to Harness. They're giving him a lot of room. I'm surprised he didn't chuck. Well, in the fourth quarter, Coach, now he'll chuck it over Brockhouse, and it's an air ball. Rebound, Hayes, blocked from behind by Wilson, and they're going to call a foul either on Wilson or Rudd in front, but I think it was Wilson. It is going to go against Simon Wilson.
That'll be his second.
Yeah, I was really surprised that Jacob Harness, he was open for the 3, and that's his shot right there.
He checked it on cue.
He chucked it, yeah. I guess he's listening.
Yeah.
First one's good for Isaac Hayes.
Salem shooting free throws real well tonight. Didn't shoot any at all in the first half, but they've only missed 1 here in the second half.
Second one good as well. 34-25, back to 9-point lead. It was 2 moments ago. It's 25-23, and Salem is on a 9-2 run. And a steal out on top by Isaac Hayes up to Harness. He loses the handle, and it will go to remain with Salem. Timeout on the court taken by Mount Vernon. 6:46 to go, 34-25. Salem is up. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Marion County Savings Bank is partnering with local businesses and encouraging customers to support local through its new Fusion checking account. Come on by me, best to pick good barbecue. Fusion checking comes with an app that makes it easy to find and use deals from participating businesses. You simply click on the coupon and show your phone to the merchant. It's that simple.
I'm Sharon Evans from Produce Plus, and I love my bank.
Stop by or open an account online at MarionCountySavings.com.
Yeah, imagine that. 34-25, 6:46 to go in the game here. 3A regional semifinal. Winner gets Highland on Friday night. Salem by 9. Mount Vernon's going to need to get some stops and start getting some scoring. Harness drives, puts it up from 16. It's no good. Rebound to Pro for Mount Vernon. 6:40 to go, and Harness all over him. He'll give it up. Get it over to Lucas Cooper to bring it across. Cooper clears as Salem's going to go back to that zone, Randy. And Mount Vernon takes a look at it, see if they know what to do with it this time. Quanti Rudd at the elbow, heads to the hoop, stripped away by Brubaker. Coach Creel's beside himself.
That's good defensive play, though, by the Wildcats.
Yeah, it was. He was looking for a reach. I didn't see it. I didn't see a reach. I thought it was a good play like you thought. 6:10 to go. 34-25 in favor of Salem. Brubaker drives against Cooper, gets it back out to Harness, and you got to figure Salem will at some point begin being very patient again as they're leading by 9. Harness taking his time. Mount Vernon stays in that man-to-man. Mount Vernon surprisingly has been unable to take advantage of their height too much tonight.
They got some shots for Brockhouse in the third quarter. He got a couple of buckets, but other than that, you're exactly right, because Quanti Rudd's been pretty silent. 3 on the way, won't go. Rebound comes down to Brubaker. Brubaker spins in traffic, finds a cutting Isaac Hayes, who lays it in, and it's a double-digit lead for Salem. 36-25, 5:25 to go. And Mount Vernon running the X-play. Outside with it, Cooper to Wilson. And timeout taken by Coach Creel. He didn't like whether they were running the offense. No, he didn't. And Salem staying in that zone. And part of the strategy there by Coach Fehrenbacher on turning that zone might be the fact that it puts them in better rebounding position so that they don't give Salem or give Mount Vernon second shot.
We'll take a timeout as well. Salem's up by 11. We'll be back in 30.
I'm Mike Dye from Max Dye Incorporated. Since 1964, we've been doing business with one simple idea. Treat people right and they'll come back. So whether you're shopping for a new GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or pre-owned vehicle, or need service, we can help. Our qualified sales representatives and expert auto technicians provide you with straightforward, no-hassle shopping and service every time. Come see what we mean when we say hometown friendly, the way car shopping should be at Max Dye Incorporated in Salem.
Welcome back, 5:11 to go. Mount Vernon a little short-handed tonight, Randy, and they're going to ask some players who have spent a lot of the year in JV to pull the fat out of the fire tonight.
They are. A lot of the sophomores going to have to step up here, but hey, take nothing away from the Salem Wildcats. They've brought it to the Rams tonight, and they've just done an excellent job defensively, and they've limited the Rams to one shot on many trips down the floor.
So with 5:11 to go in the game, Mount Vernon basketball, they need points and they need stops. Mount Vernon not the fastest moving team to score. They are deliberate. They take their time, look for the good shot. Cooper drives down the left side, gets it into the corner to Wilson. Salem back in the man-to-man. Brubaker has been just dogging Wilson all night long. Down to Brockhouse. He puts it up and it won't go. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Hayes. It will remain Mount Vernon basketball, under 5 to go.
Yeah, the Rams wanted to get Simon Wilson an open shot there in the corner, but again, Brubaker had extended his defense out beyond the arc.
Sure had. Brubaker a solid night defensively. Down in the corner, it goes to Pro as he hits the loop and lays it in. That might be a good fortune there for Mount Vernon, because I don't think Pro had reestablished himself.
Well, I thought maybe he still had one leg out there. Yeah.
Timeout taken by Mount Vernon, 4:46 to go. We'll be back in a minute.
At Rollinson's in Salem, we take pride in offering American-made appliances by Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid. Plus, we service everything we sell. Shop our showroom of cabinetry and countertops. Not sleeping well on your current mattress? Hurry on over and see what Serta quality is like. Our flooring stands alone in selection and price, bringing you Mohawk brands that you know and trust. Stop in today and let us help you get the best results for every room in your house.
Welcome to the world of custom embroidery. Shirt Tales is here to service all of your embroidery and screen printing needs. From ball caps to teddy bears, we have it all. All custom made for your business or personal needs. We also sell Green Mountain Grills and all the necessary products for your backyard barbecue. Call us today at 662-2451 or stop by 134 West North Avenue in Flora or visit us online at shirt-tails.net.
And welcome back to Salem. 4:45 to go here in this semifinal. Winner gets Highland on Friday. We'll be there if it's Salem. As Harness brings it up, gets a little bit, makes himself a little bit of room. Dylan Harkins on him closely. Harkins really dogging him. Harness heads to the free throw line, puts it up from 14. Falls out, no good. Rebound, Kwani Rudd. Has it knocked away, and a foul. It's going to be a reach against Jacob Harness, I believe. He's picked up a few fouls here in the second half.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 fouls on Harness.
Lead is down to 9 as Mount Vernon can cut into it further with 4.5 to go. And Brockhouse checks back into the game along with Simon Wilson. They were out for that defensive set.
A little 2-2-1 press here by Salem.
Salem will fall back into the zone in the half court as well. As Lucas Cooper's on the dribble over to Simon Wilson. Wilson's open for 3. It's on the way, and it is off the iron, no good. And a foul's going to be called, I believe, on Harness again.
Yeah, he pushed Brockhouse out of bounds on the rebound.
That'll be number 4 on Jacob Harness.
Yes, it will be.
So he is a key cog for Salem. And Coach Fehrenbacher wants to talk things over with 4:06 to go. It's a 9-point contest. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Back off. Welcome back. I was just telling Randy, I think that Coach Fehrenbacher may have taken that time out just to tell Jacob Harness he has 4 fouls.
He wanted to politely remind him.
There you go. Mount Vernon with the basketball, down 9. Wilson with it, lobs it into Brockhouse, working against Hayes, spins to his right, shot won't go, rebound, gets it back, Wilson gets it back and puts it up and in. That'll cut it to 7. And full court pressure put on by Mount Vernon. Hayes with it in the backcourt, fires ahead to Whitney, and the ball loose. Whitney gathers in the corner. Outside to Brubaker, he drives to the hole. Shot blocked by Brockhouse, he gets it back. Nowhere to go with it, no reset. Ware into the ball game now for Harness as Salem will reset. Brubaker thought about it, now a jumper from the corner for Ware, well off the iron. Rebound to Salem again. 7-point difference, 3:20 to go. Mount Vernon has committed 5 fouls. They need to commit another one before they would be putting Salem on the free throw line. And Salem with a wild pass there. Heading to the hoop, Brubaker off to Ware. The jumper falls in. Leighton Ware, the junior, hits the short one. And it's back to a 9-point contest. Under 3 to go. Lucas Cooper on the dribble. Hands it off to Brockhouse. The zone again by the Wildcats. I'm really surprised Mount Vernon isn't shooting the 3 yet more. Randy, what do you think?
Well, they got to get somebody in position to shoot it. They're going to try to get Wilson. There he goes.
3 on the way for Wilson. Won't go. Rebound loose. Taken away by Salem. And a foul is going to be called. Getting tangled up. Weston Brockhouse and Levi Hayes. And Hayes will be shooting free throws. And that was well away from the play.
Yeah, it was.
He shouldn't be shooting free throws. That's, I'm sorry, that is the 18th foul.
That's the 18th foul, yeah.
Okay.
That foul on Brockhouse was his 3rd, and the bad thing about that foul, Bruce, is the fact that the Rams had chased down the rebound.
And there's your technical. Doug Creel just threw his scouting report on the court. He'd had enough. Technical foul against Coach Creel. Yeah. And Levi Hayes will head to the free throw line. He's going to shoot the technical first and then the 1-on-1. Chance to really salt the game away for Salem. It's already 9, make it 10.
Levi Hayes good on that first one.
And Coach
good free throw shooting here by Salem.
Coach Creel is letting another official have it.
Yep. He's hot.
The technical foul shots both go. So Hayes will come back now for, should be 1 and 1.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I've seen a lot of Mount Vernon games this year. That's about as hot as I've seen Doug get all season.
Doesn't matter if it's 1 and 1 or not. As Levi Hayes, he's hit 3 for 3 here on this trip. And misses the 4th. So it'll be Salem basketball after the technical foul. And after the foul shots, Leighton Ware will check back in for Salem. So with 2:35 to go, the score goes, well, the situation of the game goes with from Mount Vernon down by 9, a chance to cut it back to 7. Missing their jumper, and a foul on the rebound called against Weston Brockhouse. And Coach Creel still fired up, Randy. And the official has finally told him, you better just back up and sit down. And he and Coach Creel are having a discussion. 2:35 to go in the game, 41-29 in favor of Salem. In it comes to Whitney and off to Hayes. Salem's going to burn clock, under 2.5 to go. Up by 12. Whitney looks down low, gets it outside to Harness. Harness doesn't mind holding. Off it goes back to Brubaker. Good ball movement, no dribbling for the Salem Wildcats. They're just passing the ball.
Yeah, clock's on their side.
And Brubaker in some trouble. He was trapped out at the half line. Good timeout taken by Andy Fehrenbacher. 2:10 to go in the game. It's 41-29 Salem. We'll be back in a minute.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Fairfield Memorial Hospital has been providing excellence in community health care since 1950. We are proud to offer a wide range of services in both the inpatient and outpatient settings. Horizon Healthcare, our rural health clinic, now has 3 locations to better serve our patients' needs. Patients can be seen at our Horizon Healthcare clinics in Fairfield, Sisney, and Grayville. Call us today to learn more about the services offered at Fairfield Memorial Hospital.
Welcome back to Salem. 2:10 to go in the game. Salem with the basketball up by 12. They also are in the advantage with the foul situation, as Mount Vernon has committed 9 and make it 10. Dylan Harkins is going to put Isaac Hayes on the free throw line for a pair for Salem.
You know, Bruce, this game was 25-23 Salem, and since that point, they've gone on a 16-6 run.
Wow. Salem Wildcats, senior magic, I tell you what. This fivesome have been together all season long, and they're just over 2 minutes away from their 19th win of the season. 42-29 after Hayes' first free throw goes. Second one, good.
I don't think there's too many people in Salem that thought they would win 19 ball games this year.
I know of one, and he's standing in front of his bench right now. Over on the right wing, it's Simon Wilson, left wing. Gets it back outside to Carson Pro for 3, good! Mount Vernon's not dead yet. They cut it to 11, 43-32. And in backcourt, foul's going to be called against Lucas Cooper. That's going to send Jacob Harness to the free throw line for a pair. With 1:39 to go, is there enough time for a miracle in the air here in Salem?
Jacob fouls on Cooper.
Jacob Harness heads to the free throw line. That's 4 on him. So Mount Vernon dealing with all kinds of foul trouble now. First free throw's good, bumps it to 12. Mount Vernon's going to need all the three-point action that they can get. Second one makes it a 13-point game, 45-32, and that means it's at least 5 possessions. Minute and a half, is there enough time to get 5 possessions? Sure, with the fouls. Pro with it, loses the handle, and loses it out of bounds. Harness with just enough pressure on him there. He kind of, the sophomore, is lost touch with the basketball. Evan Leake and Dylan Harkins will check in. Designated defensive foulers, I'm guessing. They get it into Whitney. He heads to the hole. His shot is up and no good. But a push is going to go against, I believe, Quanti Rudd.
Yeah, that'll be his third. Whitney will go to line. He's one of the few Wildcats that hasn't shot. But I guess he shot a moment ago, didn't he?
Yep.
He's got a pair of them.
Under 90 seconds to go here in the ball game. It's a 13-point game. And some of the Mount Vernon fans beginning to head to their vehicles. Whitney's first one is good.
Remember, we said earlier that Olney led Effingham 20-8. Effingham's come roaring back. That game's now 35-34.
How about that? Stick around after the game. We'll take a short commercial break, and then we'll come back with statistics as well as hopefully some scores from around the area before we shut down here tonight and get you set up for Friday night. 47-32, both free throws good. And bringing it across is Wilson. Wilson off to Cooper on the left wing. The starters in for Mount Vernon. Wilson for three on the way, off the iron, no good. Rebound, Weston Brockhouse. He'll fire for three from the left side, and he hits. 1:05 to go, 47-35. It's down to 12. Harness in the corner, up ahead to Whitney. Somebody's going to have to foul. And there it is against Pro, Carson Pro. Will get whistled with under a minute to go now, 55 seconds. It's 47-35. Brett Whitney back to the free throw line. And Randy, you were talking about it earlier, how the the free throw line has been integral to Salem this half.
How about 17 out of 19? All in the second half.
I believe anybody can take that.
Yeah.
88%?
Yeah. Didn't you have a game here recently where the Wildcats made 22 in a row?
Yeah. Yeah, they had, they made the first 22 of the game or something, missed their last two.
Yeah.
Or missed two out of their last four. They were
17 out of 19 tonight as Weston Brockhouse comes out of the game and ends his basketball career for the Rams.
And Coach Creel is having a discussion again with the officials as we're ready to shoot free throws now. I think Coach Creel just, if there's an official nearby, he's going to let him he might let him know his opinions on things. 48-35, under a minute to go. Second free throw, good. Whitney hit them both. And the Mount Vernon sophomores in the ball game. Rudd's three won't go. Rebound tipped around, gathered down low by the lone junior in the game. Simon Wilson will put it up and in. He'll head to the free throw line. Three-point play the old-fashioned way possibly here.
But that's only 4 points for Simon Wilson, well below his average. He's usually in double figures.
49-37. Wilson to the line, can cut it to 11. 45 seconds to go. And he hits it. Carson Pro will take a seat. Evan Leake back in along with Dylan Harkins. Also checking in Mason Hemby and Adam Ackley for Mount Vernon.
5 sophomores on the floor.
Hunter Simmons stays in the game. Near steal, and a foul is going to go against Mount Vernon, and heading to the free throw line again will be Brett Whitney. That's going to go against Hunter Simmons. How many sophomores do they have on the roster, Randy?
Got about 8.
That's a bunch.
Yeah. And again, they were undefeated as freshmen, and the JV team was undefeated this year. So that's looks bright for Ram basketball.
11-point lead with 39 seconds to go. First of 2 is good.
Well, I don't know what the free throw shooting drill is that Coach Fehrenbacher has here at Salem, but whatever it is, it works.
Yeah, no.
Man, oh man.
Whatever it is, keep it rolling, huh? Second one, good as well. I'll ask you afterward. That's like 19 or 20 now, 21 out of something.
Yeah.
Pass down low, intended for Hemby. He gathers, gets it into the corner. 3 on the way, off the iron. Rebound gathered by Brubaker. Stolen away by Harkins. He'll put up a 3 off the iron. Rebound loose and gathered by Mount Vernon. The foul's going to go against Brubaker for the Wildcats. So with 19 seconds to go, Mount Vernon will head to the free throw line for 1 and 1. 51-38. Mount Vernon going to complete their season with an 18-10 record. Salem will improve. What did we say, to 19-12?
19-12, yeah. Still a chance to get that 20-win season that Coach Fehrenbacher wanted.
1 on 2, good for Simmons. Long pass ahead, and Harkins will, or pardon me, Harness will just dribble it out and then head to the hoop. Lays it up and in. I think he just didn't like getting pushed. So there's your final score. Salem defeats Mount Vernon 55-39 and will advance to the final on Friday night against the Highland Bulldogs. We'll be here with that game starting at 6. Well, the pregame starts at 6:45 and game broadcast at 7 o'clock as the Salem Wildcats will go to the regional final against the Highland Bulldogs. And we'll be back with scores and statistics and all kinds of things here from B.E. Gum Gymnasium. Again, Salem victorious 55-39. Pardon me, 53-39. Back in a moment.
Make Wabash Internet your superpower and fly through downloads at super fast speeds. You'll feel like a superhero flying faster than a speeding bullet with Wabash's fiber internet. You'll have the power you need for all your online activities, from streaming movies to online gaming. We offer speeds up to 1 gig. Visit wabash.net to express your interest in Wabash Fiber. Certain restrictions apply. Contact us for complete details.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
I'm Wes Munkin.
And I'm Michelle Beer.
And we're the owners of the all-new Munkin Toyota Buick GMC at Mount Vernon. My father taught me a long time ago that happy customers come back. That's why we employ a non-commissioned sales team and offer a value pricing strategy to get you the best price up front.
Come see how easy it is to do business with us here.
Our team of certified technicians will complete anything from an oil change to a complete engine rebuild. So when you think Toyota Buick GMC,
think Munkin Toyota Buick GMC.
Carter Turf and Tractor is now open in their beautiful new location on West Main Street in Fairfield in the former Save-A-Lot building. Carter Turf and Tractor is your area dealer for high-quality Kubota tractors in a variety of sizes, perfect for a landscaping business or to easily handle a variety of jobs around your home or farm. They can customize a solution for your needs. They also have the Kubota RTV utility vehicles for on-road and off-road transportation and hauling needs. When there's mowing or lawn work to be done, Carter Turf and Tractor has you covered with Exmark riding mowers and walk-behind mowers. They also feature a good selection of Echo brand brush cutters, trimmers, and chainsaws, as well as Honda and Generac generators. Come in and see for yourself at the new Carter Turf and Tractor, open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and 8 to 2 on Saturday.
With over 90 years of combined automotive repair experience, Butcher.
We're back. Now we're back. You were going over statistics, Randy?
Yeah, first for the Mount Vernon Rams, they were led in scoring by Carson Pro, the sophomore, with 14 points. Weston Brockhouse finishes his Ram career with 9 points. Lucas Cooper, senior, finishes with 7 points. Simon Wilson with 5. Hunter Simmons, a sophomore, with 3 for the total of 39 for the Rams. Salem Wildcats had 4 guys in double figures tonight. Wow. Isaac Hayes and Jacob Harness both with 12 points. Eric Brubaker and Brett Whitney both with 10 points. Also 3 for Levi Hayes and 4 for Leighton Ware for their total of 53 points. Here's the difference in the ball game. Salem did not shoot a single free throw in the first half, Bruce, but in the second half, they made 20 out of 22 free throws. Wow. That'll win you some ball games.
92%, I guess, right?
Yeah, that'll win you some ball games, and it won it for the Salem Wildcats tonight. 20 out of 22 from the line. That was a big difference in the ball game. When Mount Vernon made a run and cut it to 25-23, Salem responded with a couple of big shots and continued to play good defense. Again, they held Simon Wilson to 5 points tonight, and Quaney Rudd did not even score. Wow. And really only
after having 30 points the other night.
Yeah, only 4 shots taken on the night by Simon Wilson. So good defense on him by Brubaker. Salem with their 3rd victory of the season over the Mount Vernon Rams, and they will play in the regional championship for the 2nd year in a row. Last year they played Centralia in the regional championship. This year at home they'll take on the Highland Bulldogs on Friday night.
What do you think? Solid chance for Salem against Highland?
You know what?
Home,
Salem plays very well here at home. I mean, they love playing in B.E. Gum, and you know, anything can happen. Nice big crowd tonight for Salem, and if they get the green out here again on Friday night, hey, anything can happen.
Randy, thanks a whole lot for helping out tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bruce.
Folks, we appreciate all of you being here tonight. Thanks to all of our sponsors, especially our postseason sponsors, Munkin in Mount Vernon, as well as Carter Turf and Tractor in Fairfield. For all of us here at Wabash Catch TV and for Randy Olson, my name is Bruce Dickey. Reminding you tonight's final score, it was Salem over Mount Vernon 53-39. So long from B.E. Gum.